Hello, third graders. Welcome to lesson 1.7. Yep, today we're going to talk a little bit about M&Ms. But of course, we're going to talk about some other things too. And that is related to tally marks and bar graphs and how to create a scaled bar graph. All right. So what I want to show you, our goal here is to be able to create a bar graph using data. Now, data is like a set of numbers. Okay, and we can create a bar graph using data. So let's look at our pile of M&Ms. What we would need to create first before we start to graph things is a tally chart, also sometimes called a frequency table. So the colors that I see blue. See if I can get this in the box here. Blue. I see orange. These aren't all going to be in the box. Orange, yellow, red. Let's see. Is that brown? I think those two are brown. Brown. Did I miss anything? Oh, yep, I did. Green. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do when I'm creating my chart here is to label my possible colors. Right? Then what am I going to do with that? Then I'm going to count up the number that fits with that. And I know this isn't perfect because we can't quite see the other side. But if I look at blue, I see 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put 3 tally marks here like this. 1, 2, 3. Orange, what do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it gets 4 like that. Remember, if we see 5 of something, the fifth tally mark goes across like that. And that makes it easy to count when you have lots of them. Let's say you had this many, right? Instead of having to count every single mark, you can count 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. Okay, but we don't have any with 22 M&Ms this time. Color yellow, 1. I see one hiding here. 2, 3, 4. Red, 1, 2. There's a red. 3, 4. Brown, 1, 2. So brown is our lowest so far, and green looks like 3. So now I can take this information and I can create a bar graph out of this. Now, we want our bar graph to have a title. That's the first thing we have to put. So I'm going to call it M&Ms. Right? Now, we're going to put our choices down here, right? Our choices for the colors, because this right here is going to be numbers. So my choices, I'm going to have to abbreviate because of my space. B for blue. I'll squeeze that down and put it right there. B for blue. Let's see what was next. Blue, then orange, yellow, red. So B, if I had more space, or if I was writing, I probably would be able to fit the whole words here. Red, and then I think brown and green were last. Am I right? Yep. Brown and green. BR and G for. All right, now, so what else? I got to get rid of this here because we got to hide this because there's something we need to write here. So this is a spot for a label, and this is where your graphs are going to be more complex as third graders. You need to label what you have down here. So I think, what are all of these? Blue, orange, yellow, green, red, green, brown, so on. These are all colors. So right here, I'm going to write colors. That's what those are. You always have to label things. Now, over here, then you can see that the label is right on the line. Okay, we're going to as we put these numbers on here, we're going to make sure that we're putting the number next to the line, not in the space, not right here, right? But the number goes right here next to the line. 1, there's 0, 1 is going to go right here. See how it's right next to the line, not in the space. The scaled graph has it right in the right by the line. Number 2, right there, getting those placed perfectly. Three, three right by that line, and four right by this line. And I'm not going to go up any further because I know that four was my most. So what do I do, of course, to fill this in? Well, what should I do? You tell me. Did you say fill up the bars here? I hope so. So now I just don't start coloring. I need to look at my data. So blue had three. So I can't really color really well. There we go. One. Oh, it's not too bad. Two, three. And notice uh, I tried to color right up to the line because the line is where the number is. So let's make that a little more filled in here. So there we go. There's for blue. Orange. How many for orange? Four for orange. All the way up to the four. Trying to get right to that line. It's a little harder on the computer than it would be if you were writing it. Okay, and then I would finish the colors, right? Red, yellow, red, blue, and green. So key things that we're seeing here: title, the choices, and a label. Then we have these. Now, what we are missing here is this label, and I know it's turned sideways, but that's okay because we can turn our paper sideways. So what are these? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know they're numbers, but what are they numbers of? What are they numbers of? What does this mean? Three whats? You tell me. Three whats? What are these numbers of? These are numbers of M&Ms. Number of M&Ms. And I have a little tool here since I can't turn my paper sideways. I'm going to turn that and I'm going to put that label right here on this line. Okay, so this is what a scaled graph looks like. All right, let's look at this right here. So I want you're going to work on this with me. So Jason needed some school supplies and he recorded the requirements in a tally chart. The management wanted Jason to show the requirements in a bar graph. Help him out. All right, let's help him out. So let's look at this one. Books. How many books does he need? What do you think? He needs 7 books. Since the highlighter didn't work super well, let's try to go to the pen and we'll just kind of, still not, let's try this again here. There we go. Right. And my coloring is going to be kind of, well, not kind of, very sloppy because I'm on the computer screen. But yours would be right. So look, see, I covered right up to that 7. See how these numbers are right next to the lines, not in the space in between. Okay. All right. How much is this? 2 groups of 5. All right. So what do you think? Should I go right up to here? That right? Nope. Right. I need to go all the way up to 10. All right. Now let's look at these 3. Which of these is going to be the lowest bar, the smallest bar? If you said the backpack, you're correct. Right. The backpack would go up to 2. The eraser, it looks like he needs to bring 4 erasers. And 5 staplers. Boy, they got a lot of stapling to do. All right, so there it is. Now, today, there's not a math journal page for you to do. We're actually going to do that math journal page when we meet as a group because we need some data about some of our classmates. So when you go on, you're going to watch another video that's related to this topic. All right, fourth graders, that is all. Please make sure to reach out if you have any questions, and good luck.